The biggest crisis facing Ireland at the moment is the unemployment crisis. 436,000 people are unemployed currently. 76,000 people emigrated in the last year. We have a situation where right around the state, ghost housing estates are being followed by ghost main streets. And the policies of austerity, which are inherent in this treaty, are leading to shops being boarded up in provincial towns and cities right across the country. We have a situation at hand now that we need to invest into the economy, and Sinn Féin believes that due to the depth of the problem, a government-led investment stimulus in job creation is necessary. So today we launched our plans for a €13 billion investment fund into the Irish economy. We seek to gain this money from the National Pension Reserve Fund, from co-funding from the European Investment Bank, also by incentivising the private pension industry, and from NAMA. So this money won't have a detrimental effect to our balance sheet. We also seek to invest this in a very strategic manner into capital infrastructure, which will put people to work in the immediate to mid-term, but will also create massive competitiveness for the state into the future, which will give a better chance for businesses to locate here and for local businesses to grow. We aim to create 130,000 jobs from this investment. That will mean 40,000 jobs created on average on an annual basis for 3 years. It'll also have the effect of creating thousands of jobs in the private sector, and we will invest money into job retention, which we believe will safeguard 96,000 jobs that are in existence. Our policies are in direct contrast with the policies of Fine Gael and Labour, who have signed up to Angela Merkel's austerity plan. And we're saying simply, when it comes to the vote on March 31st, people need to put Irish needs at the heart of their vote. They need to vote for jobs and growth, and they need to vote no against this treaty.
One of the key messages that we're seeing at this press conference is that we can't get out of the mess that this country's in terms of its economy, with additional cuts and with additional tax increases. We need to invest in jobs, and we don't have to wait for a magic solution from Europe. We can do this in the here and now. What Peadar has outlined is a €13 billion stimulus package. Where the money is coming from, the question is often asked. €5.3 billion rests in the National Pension Reserve Fund. It is accessible to this state. It is our National Pension Reserve Fund. The government had no problem injecting 18 billion of that fund into defunct banks. We want to see the remaining of that fund, the 5.3, injected in to get people off the dole, back into work and having a return for the state. We want to use the cash reserves that NAMA holds at this point in time. We want to use $1 billion of them to make sure that we build the type of infrastructure that will have a social benefit and get people off the dole. Again, we've seen at the start of this year that the government had no problem directing NAMA to use $3 billion of its cash reserves to put into Anglo-Irish Bank to buy the government's bond. And we want to then release money from the National Pension Reserve, or the private pension industry, to the value of €5 billion, so that there's an added benefit not only to employment, but for people living in their own homes, to retrofit homes across this state, to bring them up to proper standards, and so that the private investment industry can have an opportunity to invest in Ireland. At this minute, many of those pension funds are precluded from investing here because of the status that Ireland has in terms of junk status from our agency ratings. So there is money in the here and now. There are things that the Irish government can do to create jobs. Peadar has outlined it's 130,000 jobs. They're not going to happen immediately. It's over a period of 3 years. It's 40,000 per year. The spin-offs for that there, not just about getting people off the live register and giving young people an opportunity to stay in their own home country, is that it will have an impact on social welfare payments, for example. 40,000 jobs being created will make a saving of about 800,000 per year. It will also bring in additional tax revenue because we have workers paying PAYE, we have businesses paying corporation tax and so on. So this is a no-brainer, and we don't have to wait for a magic solution coming from Europe. These are things that we can do here and now if the government is serious about investing in jobs, if it is about serious investment in our people.
And Focal Jarnock, maybe just as this debate, because obviously the focus now, very belatedly, the government have discovered the value of growth and jobs and so on. an important point to be made is that there is a choice to be made. On the one hand, they are arguing for austerity and cutbacks, an agenda that has very clearly failed. And on the other, there is a strategy that's around investment and jobs and growth. You can't do both. That's the critical thing. You simply cannot do both. And we in Sinn Féin have consistently argued, quite aside from this treaty, that where it's at is investment in jobs, shortening the dole queues, increasing revenues to the exchequer and the state. And any treaty and any policy that's about hacking away at the economy, constant austerity, constant cutbacks, will render any stimulus package, any growth initiative null and void. So on the 31st, the people, we believe, need to make the choice by voting now, making the positive choice for jobs, for growth, and an end to forced emigration.